it's Wendy Hernandez with Command the Courtroom, and in this week's video I want to talk with you about the best way to make changes to your existing custody or parenting time plan. And by existing, I mean a plan that has already been ordered by the court and signed off on by the court, and that's in full force and effect. So I want to tell you why I'm talking about this topic today. Over the years, I've had several clients hire me because after they entered into an agreement and after the court entered orders about custody and parenting time, at some point that person and their ex decided that a different plan was in the best interest of the children. So they made an informal agreement that was not approved by their judge to start, for example, having the person who owed child support pay less, or to start with a different parenting plan that than they originally agreed upon that the judge had ordered. And then what ended up happening was the parties fell into disagreement over some issue. It could be any issue, but they weren't getting along. And at that point, the person who was at an advantage because of what had been ordered in the court's parenting plan or custody agreement or child support order, they decided that they wanted to start enforcing things. So in one of my specific cases, a client and his ex had decided that they were going to split more time with the child. It was going to be close to equal time, and as a result, my client, the man, the ex-husband, was not going to have to pay any child support. But there was an order already in effect that ordered him to pay several $100s a month. Well, over the course of 15 years, my client didn't pay child support to the mother of his child because they had this informal agreement. And what ended up happening is they got into an argument about something, and mom decided, hey, you know what? I want to enforce the court's order for child support. You owe me, and it turned out to be something like $60,000 or $70,000 over the course of 15 years. And she filed a petition to have him held in contempt of court. So it was a long, drawn-out court battle, and what the court ultimately decided was, that my client had violated the court order and that he actually owed his ex tens of thousands of dollars with interest on top. My client faced incarceration, and it was a really sad thing. There were emails which evidenced their agreement, but what the court said was because there was no court order in effect that memorialized their agreement, then it wasn't a court order, and that any agreement between them was not enforceable. This was very sad, and I've seen it come up over and over again where people, for example, decide that they are going to start exercising an equal time plan when that was not their original agreement, or one parent was going to start getting most of the time when that wasn't their original agreement. Then all of a sudden, the parents aren't getting along, and the parent who had more time in the past all of a sudden wants to start enforcing it after months or even years of having the child live under this other plan. That's definitely not in the best interest of the kid. It's not fair to the parent who relied on this informal agreement, but it's kind of that parent's bad because they didn't do the right thing and take the right steps and go to court to get it officially ordered by the court. So if you find yourself in this situation where you have an informal agreement that is different than the original order that the court made, I would highly encourage you to get that memorialized, signed off on by your judge, and made a formal order of the court, because if you don't, it really could come back to bite you. I've seen it happen many, many times. I don't want to have it happen to you. So there you have it. If you want to make changes, they need to be in writing. They need to be approved by the court. So that's going to do it for this week's Command the Courtroom video. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that now. You'll get weekly updates of the videos as they're released. Go to Facebook, like us on Facebook, and don't forget to go over to Command the Courtroom where all the goodies are. And until next week, keep on trucking and remember to command the courtroom.